Best 3. Foods to stop leg cramps in seniors. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night with a leg cramp so painful it made you want to shout? Or maybe you've been walking around the house, feeling fine one moment, and suddenly your calf seizes up like a clenched fist. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And it's not just part of getting older. What if I told you there are everyday foods you can eat that could make those leg cramps far less frequent, or even stop them altogether? Now, I know how frustrating it is to deal with that kind of pain, especially when it shows up without warning. I've spent hours digging through medical research, talking to health experts, and sorting through all the noise to bring you real answers. No fads, no gimmicks. Just simple, natural things you can start doing today that might actually make a difference in how you feel tomorrow. And here's the best part. It's not about taking more pills or buying expensive supplements. It's about real food. Delicious, everyday food you may already have in your kitchen. So if you're tired of wincing, stretching, or massaging your legs in the dark at 3 a.m., stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to have some powerful tools in your hands and on your plate that can help you feel stronger and more in control of your health every single day. Before we get into it, let me quickly say this. If you've ever struggled with leg cramps, I'd love to hear your story. Leave a comment down below and share what's worked for you or what hasn't. And if this video helps you, go ahead and subscribe. This channel is all about helping you feel better, move better, and live life with confidence, no matter your age. You deserve that. So let's get started. When we talk about leg cramps, especially in older adults, we're not just talking about a minor nuisance. For many folks, these cramps can be a sign that your body's trying to get your attention. It's saying, hey, something's off in here. And one of the biggest culprits, your nutrition. The food you eat, or don't eat, can play a huge role in how your muscles behave. Certain deficiencies can sneak up on you, especially as your body changes with age. That's why the very first food on our list isn't some exotic item from a health store. It's a humble, familiar fruit that packs a powerful punch. Bananas. Yep, that simple yellow fruit you see at every grocery store has been quietly fighting leg cramps for decades. And for good reason. Bananas are loaded with potassium, a mineral your muscles absolutely need to function properly. When your potassium levels drop too low, your muscles can start to misfire. That's where those cramps come in. Now, here's the thing. Potassium isn't stored in the body like fat. You've got to replenish it regularly. And while you might think you're getting enough, the truth is, many older adults aren't. Your body processes potassium differently as you age, and certain medications, like diuretics or blood pressure pills, can cause you to lose more of it than you realize. Bananas make it easy to fight back. They're convenient, inexpensive, and naturally sweet. One medium banana gives you around 420 milligrams of potassium. That's a solid chunk of your daily needs right there. Plus, they're easy on the stomach, so they make a great snack or addition to breakfast. Toss one in your cereal, blend it into a smoothie, or just eat it as is. But here's a little bonus tip. If you're dealing with frequent cramps, don't just stop at bananas. Add in some water. Dehydration and low potassium often go hand in hand. So, if you're eating a banana, drink a glass of water with it. It's a simple combo, but together they can work wonders on those tight, stubborn leg muscles. Now, while potassium is key, it's not the only mineral your body depends on to keep those legs calm and cramp-free. Another big player is magnesium. Magnesium helps regulate muscle and nerve function, and it works closely with calcium and potassium to keep everything in balance. When your magnesium is low, muscles are more likely to twitch, spasm, or seize up. The tricky part? It's surprisingly easy to become deficient. That's where our second powerful food comes in. Spinach. Spinach might not be the flashiest food out there, but it's one of the best sources of magnesium you can find. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach gives you nearly 160 milligrams of magnesium. That's a significant chunk of what you need in a day. And it's not just magnesium. Spinach also contains potassium, iron, and calcium, all of which play important roles in muscle health and circulation. You might be thinking, Well, I don't really eat spinach. And that's okay. Let's make it easier. You don't have to eat a whole plate of plain greens. Toss a handful into a scrambled egg. Mix it into a pasta dish. Blend it into a smoothie with that banana we just talked about. Spinach is one of the easiest veggies to sneak into meals without overpowering the flavor. Another thing to keep in mind, your magnesium levels don't just drop because of what you eat or don't eat. Stress, certain medications, and even just aging can lower your levels over time. That's why foods rich in magnesium, like spinach, can be such a game changer. They help refill the tank and support not just your muscles, but your heart, bones, and even your sleep quality. Here's a little trick that works great if you're not a big spinach fan. Try sautéing it with a bit of olive oil and garlic. It softens up the texture, brings out the flavor, and makes it much more appealing. Even folks who swore they didn't like spinach often change their minds after trying it that way. So we've talked about bananas for potassium and spinach for magnesium. Two muscle-saving minerals your body absolutely needs. But there's one more food we need to talk about in this part of the video. And this one might surprise you because it's something people tend to avoid when they think about healthy eating. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, I want to remind you that small changes really do add up. If you're watching this and thinking, I don't want to change my whole diet, don't worry. You don't have to. Even one banana a day or a few servings of spinach a week can start making a difference. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about helping your muscles do what they're meant to do without cramping your style. Literally. And speaking of helping your muscles, there's another everyday food that works behind the scenes to support healthy muscle function, nerve signals, and fluid balance without getting much attention. It's one that people often overlook, or worse, avoid completely. Milk! Yes, regular, good old milk. Now, I know some folks shy away from dairy as they get older. Maybe it's because of lactose intolerance, or because they've heard it's fattening or bad for cholesterol. But when it comes to stopping leg cramps, milk, especially low-fat or lactose-free options, can be a hidden hero. It's rich in calcium, potassium, and even a little magnesium, all of which are crucial for muscle function. But calcium is the star here. Calcium doesn't just keep your bones strong. It also plays a direct role in muscle contractions. Without enough of it, your muscles can spasm or cramp up more easily. Your body also loses calcium more quickly as you age, which means it has to work harder to maintain proper levels. And if you're not getting enough through your diet, it starts pulling calcium from your bones, which can cause other problems down the line, like osteoporosis. Drinking a glass of milk a day, or eating dairy like yogurt or cheese, can help maintain a healthy balance. And if you're not into dairy at all, no worries. There are plenty of calcium-rich alternatives like fortified almond milk, soy milk, or even leafy greens like kale and collard greens. But for those who tolerate it, milk offers a quick, tasty, and highly absorbable way to get those essential nutrients in. Let's not forget that milk also helps with hydration. And hydration is something we cannot overlook when talking about leg cramps. You might think dehydration means feeling thirsty, but often it sneaks up in more subtle ways, like cramping. When your body doesn't have enough fluids, your muscles don't function as well. They get tighter, less flexible, and more prone to seizing up. That's why staying hydrated isn't just about drinking water. It's about keeping your body full of the right minerals, too. That's what makes these three foods, bananas, spinach, and milk, such a powerful trio. Together, they give you potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which work like a team to keep your muscles calm and functioning smoothly. Now here's something I want you to think about for a second. Imagine your muscles as tiny engines. Like any engine, they need the right fuel. If you're low on oil, gas, or coolant, that engine's going to sputter, stall, or even shut down. Your muscles work the same way, and these cramps, that's your body's way of telling you something's missing. It's flashing the check engine light. But the good news is, you can respond. You can refuel with the right foods, and the results often come faster than you'd expect. Many people start to feel a difference within days of changing what they eat. Fewer cramps, better sleep, more energy. It's not magic. It's biology, and you have control over it. Now, while these foods are incredibly helpful, they work even better when you combine them with a few simple habits. Let's take a moment to talk about something else that impacts muscle cramps: movement. I know staying active isn't always easy, especially if you've got arthritis, sore joints, or just don't feel as steady on your feet as you used to. But the truth is, some light daily movement can do wonders for preventing cramps. It doesn't have to be anything intense. Even gentle stretching in the morning or walking around the house a few times a day can improve blood flow and reduce the chances of a muscle locking up unexpectedly. Tight muscles are more likely to cramp, but loose, warm muscles, they're much happier. That's why a short stretching routine, especially before bed, can help stop those nighttime leg cramps that sneak up when you're trying to sleep. Just flexing your ankles up and down, rotating your feet in circles, or gently stretching your calves can make a big difference. Think of it like giving your muscles a bedtime snack, something that tells them, "You're okay. You can rest now." And speaking of rest, sleep quality also matters. If you're not sleeping deeply or waking up frequently, it messes with your body's repair systems. Your muscles don't recover as well. Your nerves don't reset properly. You wake up feeling sore, tight, and more prone to cramping throughout the day. That's why creating a calming nighttime routine, free from too much screen time or caffeine, isn't just good for your brain. It's good for your body too. Let's bring this back to food for a moment, because as helpful as bananas, spinach, and milk are, they're even more effective when you're consistent. It's not about eating one banana once a week and hoping for miracles. It's about creating a daily rhythm, something your body can rely on. Think of it like gardening. You don't water your plants once and expect them to bloom forever. You give them what they need every day: sunlight, water, and care. Your muscles are no different. They respond to steady attention. And when you feed them right, when you give them potassium, magnesium, and calcium, they start to function better, move more smoothly, and recover more quickly. You might even notice other changes: fewer headaches, more energy, less fatigue after short walks. It's all connected. Because when you fix the foundation, when your cells have what they need, your whole body works better. And if you're thinking, "This all sounds good, but I've been eating okay and I still get cramps," then it might be time to look at what's draining those minerals from your system. Are you drinking enough water? Are you on medications that deplete potassium or magnesium? Are you sweating more during the day but not replenishing those electrolytes? These are the kinds of questions that matter, and they're worth asking. Because once you understand where the leaks are, you can patch them up, you can take back control. You don't have to live with leg cramps forever. You don't have to accept them as a fact of aging. Your body is still responding to what you give it, and it's capable of improving at any age. Whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, your muscles still listen. Your cells still react. You still have the power to shape how you feel, one meal, one stretch, one small step at a time. It starts with those everyday choices: a banana with your breakfast, a bit of spinach in your dinner, a glass of milk before bed. These aren't hard things. They're doable. And they can change your days and nights in a big way. So let's keep going, because there's more you can do. More foods that support strong, healthy muscles, and more habits that help you feel in control of your health again. You've already taken the first step by being here. Let's keep building on that. Don't worry. If leg cramps have been haunting you for a while now, that doesn't mean you're stuck with them. In fact, many of the signs your body has been giving you, those sudden cramps, stiff calves, the tension that won't let up, are your body asking for help. And the beautiful part is, help doesn't have to be complicated. You can make meaningful changes starting today, not next week, not next month, right now. Let's talk solutions. You already know about bananas, spinach, and milk. But there are a few simple habits you can pair with those foods to boost your results even more. And no, this doesn't mean overhauling your entire life or turning into a gym rat. These are small, practical shifts that add up over time and can help you feel stronger and more secure with every passing day. First, let's bring up one of the easiest and most overlooked fixes: hydration. I can't stress this enough. Even mild dehydration can mess with your muscles. And here's the catch: older adults don't always feel thirsty the same way younger folks do. That "I need water" signal in the brain can get weaker with age, so you might not realize you're dehydrated until your legs are already cramping. Try this. Keep a glass of water next to your favorite chair or at your bedside. Sip on it throughout the day. You don't need to chug a gallon. Just aim to stay consistently hydrated. If plain water isn't appealing, add a splash of lemon or a few cucumber slices. Herbal teas work too. Just avoid anything heavily caffeinated if you're sipping in the evening. Caffeine can dehydrate you and disrupt sleep, which we're also trying to protect. Now, while fluids and food make a big difference, movement is still your best friend. I'm not talking about long jogs or intense workouts. I mean gentle daily movement, just enough to keep your circulation flowing and your muscles engaged. Your body was made to move, and when it doesn't, things tighten up. Blood flow slows down, tension builds. Then suddenly, a muscle rebels. You can stop that from happening just by stretching your calves and hamstrings a couple of times a day. Point and flex your feet while watching TV. Do slow leg raises while lying down. Even getting up to walk around your home every hour or so can help. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent. And here's something else people often overlook: your shoes. Wearing shoes with little support or hard soles can make your muscles work harder than they need to, especially when you're on your feet for a while. The result? More fatigue, more tightness, and more cramps. Invest in a good pair of cushioned shoes, especially ones with proper arch support. They don't have to be fancy or expensive, just comfortable and supportive. Your feet and your legs will thank you. Now let's talk about something even more powerful than movement or minerals: your mindset. Because how you feel emotionally has a huge effect on how your body behaves physically. Stress, sadness, loneliness, they all have the power to tighten your muscles, drain your energy, and interrupt your sleep. And that makes cramps more likely. I want to be real with you here. As we get older, it's easy to feel like we're losing control. Friends move away, family members get busy, bodies change. But that doesn't mean you're powerless. In fact, this might be the most powerful time in your life, because now you've got wisdom, you've got perspective, and you've got the chance to take care of yourself on your terms. Let yourself enjoy things that lift your spirit. Join a local group, even if it's just once a week. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Try a new hobby, like painting or walking in the morning. These small actions do more than just fill time. They lift your mood and reduce the kind of stress that makes muscles cramp and hearts ache. If you find yourself feeling isolated, know this: you're not alone, and there's nothing weak about reaching out. Whether it's a neighbor, a community center, or just someone in your family, human connection is one of the best medicines for both your heart and your muscles. Now, here's a really important tip, and I hope you take this one to heart. Get your health checked regularly. I know, going to the doctor isn't always fun, but leg cramps can sometimes point to bigger issues like circulation problems, nerve conditions, or even medication side effects. A simple blood test might show if you're low in potassium or magnesium. A conversation with your doctor could reveal whether a prescription you're taking is contributing to those nightly cramps. So don't brush it off. Make that appointment. Ask questions. Be your own advocate. You're not just a patient. You're the most important member of your health team. Nobody knows your body better than you do. While we're at it, let's talk about vitamin D. This one flies under the radar, but it plays a key role in how your muscles absorb calcium and how your nerves communicate with your body. If you don't get much sun, or if you've been mostly indoors lately, your vitamin D levels might be low. That can increase your risk of cramping, fatigue, and even bone weakness. You can boost your vitamin D through moderate sun exposure, about 10 to 15 minutes a day on your arms or legs if possible. but you can also get it through fortified foods like cereal and milk, or through supplements if your doctor recommends it. The goal is to keep your system in balance, so everything works the way it's supposed to. One last thing, your attitude matters. I know that sounds a little soft, but hear me out. When you wake up and tell yourself, "This is going to be a good day," you actually help set the tone for how your brain and body respond. Positive thoughts reduce stress hormones. They encourage movement. They promote better sleep. And yes, they help prevent cramps. So be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself like someone you love. Remind yourself that it's okay to have off days. But every new morning is a new chance to feel better and do better. You're not chasing perfection. You're choosing progress. That mindset shift alone can change everything. So where does that leave us? With real, actionable steps. You've got the foods, bananas, spinach, milk. You've got hydration and light movement. You've got the importance of rest, shoes, and mindset. Add to that regular checkups and staying connected with others. And you've got a solid plan. One that works with your life, not against it. Every step you take, every glass of water, every healthy meal, every stretch, every good conversation, it all adds up. It all leads to stronger muscles, fewer cramps, and more peace of mind. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're capable right now of making changes that make a difference. Let's take a breath and bring it all together. By now, you've got the tools. You understand that those sudden, painful leg cramps, especially in the middle of the night, aren't just random. They're your body trying to get your attention. And instead of ignoring those signs or chalking them up to just getting older, you've made the choice to learn, to pay attention, and to take control. You've learned that food isn't just about filling your stomach. It's about fueling your body the right way. Bananas, packed with potassium, spinach, full of magnesium, milk, delivering the calcium your muscles need to stay calm and flexible. These aren't complicated or expensive fixes. They're simple, natural, and already within reach. And beyond food, you've heard the importance of staying hydrated, keeping your muscles well-oiled, so they don't stiffen or seize up when you least expect it. You've learned how just a little movement, a few minutes of stretching, a short walk, or changing your shoes can make a huge difference. You've seen how it all connects. Your nutrition, your routine, even your mindset. This matters, because when your body feels stronger, you move through your day differently. You feel safer, more stable, more free. You can go for that walk, play with the grandkids, enjoy a quiet night's sleep without fearing that jolt of pain that yanks you out of bed. That's what this is really about. It's about freedom. It's about quality of life. Now, I want to talk directly to you. Yes, you watching this video. Because the next step is yours. No one else can do it for you. But the good news is, you don't have to make massive changes overnight. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Pick one thing you heard today and put it into action. Maybe that's adding a banana to your breakfast tomorrow morning. Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water before bed. Maybe it's calling your doctor to check on your magnesium levels. Whatever it is, just take that first step. Then take another one the next day, and another. You'd be amazed at how quickly the body responds when you start giving it what it needs. Muscles that used to cramp up suddenly relax. Sleep that used to feel restless becomes more peaceful. Energy that felt drained starts coming back. But here's the catch. None of it happens if you don't act. Knowledge is powerful, but only if you use it. You have the power to make these changes. You don't need permission. You don't need perfection. You just need to begin. And don't be afraid to take charge of your own health. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. Ask questions. Whether it's a doctor, a loved one, or even someone in your community, open the door to those conversations. You deserve to understand what's happening in your body, and you deserve to feel good in it every single day. And please, don't forget the importance of staying connected. Loneliness is real, especially as we get older, and it can weigh just as heavily as physical pain. Reach out to someone. Maybe even send this video to a friend or neighbor who's been dealing with cramps too. Start a conversation. Share what you've learned. You never know who might need to hear exactly what you just did. And for those moments when it feels like nothing's working, or when progress is slow, I want you to remember something very important. Your body is still listening. Even after 70, even after 80, your body is still responding to the choices you make. It's still healing. It's still changing. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not stuck. You have so much life left to live. And it's worth living well. Not just surviving the days, but enjoying them, feeling confident in your body, waking up with fewer aches, walking without fear of that next cramp, sleeping soundly without interruption. This is your moment to step into that. Not someday, not when you feel like you've got it all together. Right now. If this video helped you, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. I make content just for you, real advice, real solutions, and real care for people who've spent their lives taking care of others and deserve to feel strong now too. And please, leave a comment below. Tell me what's helped you with cramps. Ask a question. Say hello. I read every message, and it means the world to build this community with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for caring enough about yourself to show up and listen. That says something powerful about who you are. You're someone who still believes in feeling better, someone who still chooses hope, and that, right there, is the beginning of real change. You've got this, and I'm here with you every step of the way. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep moving forward, and remember, small steps lead to strong legs. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe before you go. More great tips are coming your way, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. Stay strong, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next video.